Yo, what's up, my fellow pimps, players, and hustlers? Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 2. Today, I want to talk about consistency, getting in your own way, and motion creates emotion. Now, let's dive right in. Let's not waste any time. So, consistency, what is this about, right? So, I was chatting with someone at Hustlers University 2.0. We were talking about, he was asking me, how I was able to get from, making no money to $8,000 in the first 35 days or 40 days in Hustlers University. He's like, what's different between what you're doing and other students are doing? Because there's some students that aren't making anything yet, or, some students are making, there was one dude who just made 17 grand in the first month of this year, which is fucking insane. And seeing his thing really inspired me to start posting on Twitter. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is consistency in terms of the difference between me and other people is what is this that follows right here. Most people stop and start. They do a lot of push really, really hard, then take a break for a day because they feel kind of bad, or a day or two or whatever. And then they come back and push really hard. And I did this cycle for a very long time. What would happen is I would get really inspired because someone would be like, oh, you could, they would see my posts, right? Or I would see someone's post oh, that made 17 grand. Oh my God, I want to do that. And so you get really, really inspired and you start taking action. But then what happens is that you lose that flame, right? As you start taking action and you aren't seeing results right away because it takes time to see results, you get discouraged. And what happens is you lose that flame and that fire igniting. So what happens is you take a little break, you feel discouraged, damn, I suck, I'm shit. Why doesn't it work for me? I've had these thoughts. I have these thoughts. You have these thoughts. You're not different than me. Now, what would happen is then you would go and look at another person's post or see another video or whatever, and you get inspired again, and then you start again, or you start another project, you jump to another strategy, you do something different. You're like, well, this might work now. It's no, the thing you were doing was going to work. You just didn't take consistent action. So you need to set clear tasks and goals that you want to accomplish every single day. And when you set those clear goals every single day and you want to accomplish them, make sure you do them, right? And so just be okay, cool. Every day I'm going to reach out to 10 to 20 prospects. I'm going to post a few times a day on Twitter. I'm going to respond to a few people and engage with a few people in the community, my potential prospects, a few times a day. I'm going to make a video every day for me. I'm going to reach out to a few different girls that I want to talk to, DM some girls on Instagram. And whatever else your goals are, write them on a whiteboard. Have a whiteboard, write down exactly what you want to do, make check boxes. And literally as you wake up, you're okay, cool, today's the day. I'm going to do these things no matter what. I can do more. If I want to do more and I feel really inspired and really hyped up, I'll reach out to 30 or 40 prospects. But keep it simple. Be okay, cool, I'm going to bare minimum spend 3-4 hours and do these things every single day. So you check them off. And what happens is you get this reward effect where you're okay, cool, I did it. I see the checks. I'm okay, I did the goal. And you start building this reward system in yourself where you're regardless of if I get a result today, I did what I'm supposed to do and I feel good. And you start to build this effect where your physiology and your neurology and everything is feeling good because you accomplished something. You start taking your eyes off of getting the reward and you start putting your focus on doing the things that will eventually get you the reward. You start to fall in love with the process. And I know when people say that, I used to hate hearing saying that. And again, don't fall in love with the process, just fall in love with executing. When you fall in love with putting in effort that will eventually get you to where you want to go, that's when you'll do well. And the way you do that is doing what I just said. And then after that, what you can do is be cool, I really want to watch YouTube, or I really want to scroll Instagram for an hour, or I really want to watch this TV show. What I'll do is I'll make a reward with myself. I think Jordan Peterson talks about this, where it's if you just force yourself to do shit every single day, all day, it's a bad deal. Your brain's this is a bad deal. There's no fair exchange. There's no fair value. And I don't want to do this. And so you have to force yourself every single day and it becomes way too hard. What you do is you say, okay, cool. If I do all this stuff, then later today, I can do whatever I want. I can watch TV, hang out with a girl, go on a date, whatever. I don't care. But as long as I get those things done, I can't do the fun thing until I get those done. When you make a fair exchange like that, your brain is okay, cool. I'm being rewarded for working hard. And again, you have the consistency. So if you just consistently execute every single day, then you will get to where you want to get to. Now, the next thing is getting in your own way. A lot of people get in their own way by, again, what I just said. They need that spark and that flame to, like, they're running on like flames and like ignition to like get them going. Whereas I'm just running on, I want to get a result. I hate where I'm at and I want to be somewhere else. So let's just get that result and let's put into action to get there. And what happens is people get in their own way by, oh, I'm just going to chill today, or I'm not going to take action on those tasks that I said I was going to do. That's why you need the bare minimum task. If you're the bare minimum, you will execute on those things because you know it's only going to take a few hours and you're going to feel better when you do it. So if you get out of your own way and get out of your own head and quit saying, oh, I don't feel good today, or I don't want to do that thing because X, Y, Z, or I don't want to do whatever. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own head of like, oh, I haven't gotten a result yet. It's been 2 days. Like, you sound like a fucking dork, dude. Like, people that message me that's like, oh my God, I did this thing. I reached out to like 10 people. Why haven't I gotten a result? I'm like, you're a dork, dude. Literally, like, what do you mean? Like, you haven't reached out to enough people. Do you really think that reaching out to 10 people is going to get you a result? Like, you sound like an idiot. Like, no, bro. Everyone's doing that. Everyone's stopping and starting and quitting. So if you can develop the skill of continuing regardless of a result, you will separate yourself from so many people and you will actually accomplish what you want to accomplish, right? If you're at this point in your life where you haven't accomplished what you want to accomplish, it's likely because of this. You are strategy hopping. You're hoping, oh, I'm just going to figure this thing out here. I'm going to figure this thing out here. Oh, this isn't working yet. I'm just going to go here. If you just stuck to one fucking thing and did that thing, you would be where you want to be. You would not be stuck at a 9-to-5, hating your fucking life, hating a job, thinking about how you want to be where this person's at and you're going to join their course and that doesn't work for fucking few weeks. Okay, I'm going to go join this course. Stick to one thing, right? Join Hustlers University 2.0. You're going to learn things like crypto, marketing, e-commerce, everything that you can do as a beginner, right? They go from beginner to advanced. They teach you every single thing step by step. They hold your fucking hand, like, do this shit, execute, you will make money, right? Join it. Link in the description. I talk more about it. There's a page where I share my insights, things like that. You can join, figure out more. I have reviews on this channel. Check them out and join that course and stick to it. Execute it. All right. Now, last thing before we go is motion creates emotion. Now, sometimes what happens is if you're laying in bed, like say you wake up in the morning, you're laying in bed and you're like messing around your phone. One thing is do not allow yourself to use your phone first thing in the morning. No phone for the first hour, because what happens is you'll just start messing around on social media. You'll start getting down on yourself because you see this person's here and this person's doing this and this person's doing this. Screw that. Focus on getting up and moving around, getting your physiology and everything aligned, right? If you have a good mentality and you want to feel good, what happens is motion. The word motion is in the word emotion, like emotion. Like when you feel emotion, motion is in that. By moving around, you start to feel better. You get your physiology involved. What happens is like if you lay down and you're just stagnant and doing nothing, you actually start to feel really sad. You start to feel depressed. You feel like you have nothing going on in your life because you're not moving. You're not doing anything. There's no motion. So if you create motion, that creates and sparks emotion. So if you start moving around, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more energized. Get your physiology involved. Like, all right, let's do this. Like, I'm going to, today's going to be a fucking great day. We're going to crush it. Let's get it. And then boom, you get to work and you feel better because you got your emotions and everything aligned. That's how you get to a level where you can really crush it. Now, again, everything I shared are things that I learned from different mentors, different videos. I learned a lot in HU 2.0. I have a great network. I talk to different people. I learn new things. I'm learning a lot from Twitter, actually. Twitter is actually one of my favorite platforms right now. I used to hate social media, but Twitter is great. I learned so much on there, especially about marketing. There's so many people just sharing free shit that's like better than courses you can get. Like, I learned so much. So yeah, check me out on Twitter if you want. I put it in the description. And yeah, we'll chat soon. Peace.